Hey, this is Notser, and we're in the Tier 9 Premium American Cruiser, Alaska, on the map Warrior's Path. This is an arms race game. This is our arms race rant. Build is on the screen. It is a full maneuverability build. It is with the updated version of the Alaska, the improved rudder and the improved concealment. I tried a concealment, I tried a range build. I really like a full maneuverability build for this ship, and this game is going to be fantastic, but, it's background. What I really want to talk about is the decisions that Wargaming made surrounding arms race. Now, the gameplay itself is very fun. Gathering the buffs, interacting with others who have the buffs. I haven't run into any bugs related to this game mode, and honestly, it's the best thing that they've introduced to the game to me personally, because I really want more active combat, and this encourages it tenfold. I love it. It's absolutely what I wanted, and I'm enjoying every second in it. However, every second in this game mode is not equal. This game mode is punished for existing, and where does this come from, Notser? Well, if you actually pay attention to the way the missions are awarding stuff, the way the British campaign transitions into sort of a Hall of Fame Go Navy style, where every game you play, you gain a certain point for kills, and games won, achievements unlocked, heroic achievements, all these sorts of milestones in a game, they're rewarded once you've unlocked the full directives. But do you know what isn't rewarded? Achievements in arms race. In arms race, it's almost equivalent to playing a co-op game. Yeah, sure, you have the same reward for kills and winning the game, but any and all achievements that you hope to earn, they're not available in arms race. So the time spent in arms race, if you actually want to compete in the Hall of Fame portion, and a lot of players do because the rewards are pretty nice, each percentile gets you, premium containers or super reward flags or camouflage or premium time, all these sorts of things, doubloons and whatever. You can't directly compete with those who participate in random. You're at a disadvantage. Every second you spend in random is worth like 2 or 3 times the second you spent in arms race. So anyone interested in min-maxing the Hall of Fame portion of the British campaign, they're not going to play arms race at all. That seems like a really weird choice when introducing a brand new game mode and you're trying to get people to play it, but you're also punishing them for playing it. And you might say, oh, well, it's not a punishment. It's a punishment. When you are telling someone that their time is not as valuable as others doing almost the exact same thing, I get it. Co-op should not be rewarded as much as a random or a ranked match, but arms race should. Arms race is a competitive match. People are actively trying to win. You can't tell me that they're playing this just so brazen compared to random that it doesn't deserve to have any rewards. I think it deserves to have a lot of rewards because you want people to actually try out that new game mode that you just introduced for the patch. So it's an incredibly weird decision, and probably most of you haven't gotten to that, or you have gotten to it and then you realized, oh, either you care about it or you don't. If you care about it, you can't compete just doing arms race. You have to play random. If you don't, this is irrelevant information. However, I'm sure you might care about, legendary mission completion? Some little oversight that Wargaming apparently didn't feel it was necessary to include in 7.9? Legendaries, those legendary modules, for all those tier 10s that you're trying to grind out, you can't progress it at all in arms race. You can't get any credit progression, win progression, XP progression, free XP, nothing. Nothing counts towards your legendary when you're participating in arms race. Why is this? You got it flagged for co-op? If co-op can provide you with mission progression, arms race should damn sure provide that as well. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe that this made it live. I can't use my time to progress legendaries that are incredibly grindy. And you know what? That's fair. I don't really care that they're grindy so much as just really poor choices. Why would you overlook the fact that you're introducing this game mode and not include legendary progression in it? It makes no sense, especially since co-op is completely legit for legendary progression. If co-op can do it, this should do it. And I just don't understand it. It's another aspect of a... I don't want to say botched because the gameplay is great, but it's an oversight. It absolutely is an oversight by someone, and it needs to be addressed soon. Not the next patch, like this week. I think if you wait until the next patch, it's going to be too late. It's going to be already dead on arrival. People are already going to associate it with a game mode that isn't taken seriously by Wargaming and isn't rewarded appropriately for the effort that you're expelling. I'm just being as real as I can to you. I'm dealing with this right now in World of Warcraft. My girlfriend and I, we were excited about Battle for Azeroth. We were going to play a ton of it in PvP. And that's our mistake. We chose PvP. They've removed half of the rewards. You can't queue in twos with a healer. She's a healer, of course, because, I mean, she's really good at it. And the gear is rewarded at such a slow snail rate. They delayed the launch of Arena 2 1 week past the PvE stuff, so it's really bad. PvP is just 100% second-class citizen to PvE in World of Warcraft. There's already a massive exodus from PvP to PvE, because that's the only way that your time is valuable for whatever dumb reason, this expansion. Let's not make that same mistake here, Wargaming. Hotfix the completion, so arms race counts towards your legendary. If co-op can, it should. Consider addressing the Hall of Fame point skew, because you will see players who will exclusively play random. There's nothing else that competes with it. It's way more rewarded than anything else. You know, I understand that you're afraid of achievements in this game because it's breakneck and players can easily gain them and, you know, get fully rewarded, but give us a bone. Don't have it just one-to-one with random, omitting the achievements. That's just not right. Good players are going to always play random then. And just please consider that you have made the game around the idea that there will be an event, there will be some objective that you're working towards, and you're trying to encourage players to come and play the game because of these events and the rewards. When you design a game around that, you can't really fail at the reward aspect, and you can't let it sit like that for a month. That's just my opinion. I've played too many games, I've seen too many game modes come and go that I enjoyed, and they died because there wasn't enough interest in it. There should be enough interest in this. There's really no excuse for this having 5 versus 5, 7 versus 7, 8 versus 8. There's absolutely no excuse. The only excuse I can find is the rewards are not equal. And I think players have already caught on. There's really no other excuse other than that the veterans, they know. They're not going to play during the week. The weekend players are more likely to queue into this, and I appreciate that. But 5 versus 5, 7 versus 7, nobody wants to watch that content. So I'm getting at both sides. I'm getting into a game that completely useless for the channel, and then obviously the rewards are not appropriate. So I'm feeling it multiple ways. Leave in the comments what you think of the game mode, the rewards. Did I overlook something that is very obvious? I would absolutely agree if it's explained to me. Maybe I just overlooked something. But as far as I'm concerned, these are things that should be addressed in some way. The legendary mission is just inexcusable. And if that extends to other missions, well, that's inexcusable too. And I don't want the new mission having to propagate with arms race in existence for it to consider that. That would be ridiculous. Because that means that legendary modules will never be offered to those of us who started it before Arms Race existed, you can't get any Arms Race completion credit. And, you know, someone might ask me, oh, did you verify that you were not getting completion credit, even though the mission, you know, stated that Arms Race wasn't applicable? You know, did you just check to see if you got credit or free XP or wins appropriate? I did. I didn't see anything that would lead me to believe that I was getting completion credit, even though the mission expressly stated that Arms Race did not provide completion credit. Clearly, the Alaska is really good. Can't wait for it to be released. It feels really fun. I really feel like I understand how to play it now. I can't wait for it to be out for you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.